Welcome back, guys, and for those of you who don't remember me, it's been a while. I am Nighthawk233, and I'll get into where I've been the last, I think it's 3 weeks now. It's been a while anyway. I'll get into that while we search for a match, but for now, I've been spending a long while actually playing with a lot of different Flameshadow Conjuring decks. I've tried a Jund Delirium deck, which I've given up on building. Jund Delirium Flameshadow is just too hard to build. So much different stuff you need, but when it goes off, it is a work of art. For those of you who don't know, Flameshadow Conjuring plus Woodland Bellower plus Inexorable Blob is a lot of damage, and it's when it works, it's 1 in a million. But when it works, it made it all worthwhile. But in the end, I deleted it. I also played with a Naya mid-range deck, which was humans based, which was awesome. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Damn it. Someone on NGA posted it it was Naya Humans Flameshadow. It was great. You just had like Thalia's Lieutenants and Patron of the Valiants, just basically giving your team overrun. It was definitely fun. I was really glad I played with that. Bit inconsistent, but in the end of the day, it was definitely a fun deck. I'm glad I played with it. So in the quest to find the best Flameshadow deck, I ended pretty much right back where I started at Temur. And I watched. For those of you who don't know, this deck's been through a couple of changes since the last video I made on it. I watched Covid's video, and he kind of made a joke about me running Breakneck Rider. And I started getting really annoyed, thinking, hey, Breakneck Rider wasn't bad. And then I thought about it for a minute and went, actually, why is it in the deck? I thought about it, it's double red, it doesn't have an end of the battlefield effect, it's terrible. How did I ever think this was a good idea? So that left, and I think I replaced it with... where is it gone? Eldrazi Sky Spawners, which are just better. Gives you extra mana if you need it. A 2/1 flyer in the air is always good. It's just pretty much value, and this is where we ended up. I mean, deck's insane. It's still as insane as ever. The 6-drops are just probably the best. If you can Flameshadow any one of these 3 6-drops, you already win the game. If you can Altered Ego any one of these 6-drops, you're in a very good position to win the game. Shanna just wins games by herself, so I mean 6 mana is already a pretty strong place for us. Other pretty silky combos. Sylvan Advocate plus Wandering Fumarole is a combination that is glorious. 6/3 or 3/6, depending on which one you need, if you've only got one in the field. But with Flameshadow Conjuring, it's not unusual. I mean, I've had this thing and wanted to have it once. I had a 10/7, I think. Basically, I had 3 Sylvan Advocates plus this on the field. Because of a Flameshadowed one, I had one from before. That was fun. You can have a 9/9 Lumbering Falls in that situation. It's good. I mean, what made this deck really, really strong for me is that we have 4 quote-unquote ramp spells turn 2 with the Deathcap Cultivators and the Dustwatch Recruiters, well 5 actually. I mean, Dustwatch obviously is not reliable because, you can't control really whether it flips for your next turn. But if it does, I mean, you can ramp into a Whirler Rogue, a Kung Firebird, a 5/5 Woodland Wanderer. And again, with Deathcap Cultivators, you can have a 6/6 Woodland Wanderer on turn 3. That's Declaration Stone or Bust territory, basically. And so I really like my 2-drops. I mean, we have I'd say the 5. These 2, 4, 7. These 7, these first 3, I would consider like the green standard. I mean, most green creature decks will be running full copies of these, and then. This is just to help us fix. It's not. If you feel more confident in the mana, just switch them out for Visionaries, I'd say. But I don't feel too confident in the mana. In theory, we need triple red, double green, and double blue. So it's not exactly the most stable mana base in the world. But like I said, if you're feeling confident, what else is really special? Tireless Trackers. I mean, doesn't really work too well with Flameshadow. I guess you can get double landfall triggers, and it's just card draw in the mid game. This deck doesn't really run much card draw. If any, actually. So it's always a good idea. Another sweet trick is you can go Dustwatch Recruiter into one of your 6 flashing creatures, which means you just flip your Dustwatch and they only cost 2. That can help you ramp into some scary spells. And then, I mean, I've probably spent too much on this. There's not really too much changed. And the deck's glorious. It's okay, wrong place. You can tell I haven't played the game in a while. So the problems I've been having, let's get onto them. basically I fucked up in real life and then had to spend a long time actually trying to unfuck the situation. Unfortunately, the situation was unfuckable. So yeah, I kind of declined in insanity and was pretty bummed out for a while. Didn't really feel like playing Duels at all, and I don't even think I watched any videos either. But then, I realised, you've got to fight in life. Life is mean, so I decided to bounce back. Hopped on, recorded a video with a Zorius Flyers. Realised I forgot to hit record. So, depressed. Tried again, I think, a couple days later. And then, when it rains, it pours. And then my laptops decided to fuck up. And, well, basically, I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone else, like on different consoles and stuff, but when I load up Duels, like the menu screen, the music and the sound effects is a lot stronger. This is slow, but I'll keep. Apparently they left, so I didn't have a choice. But yeah, so the music and sound on the menu screen is a lot louder than actually in game. I was getting some sort of really, really annoying like audio bug, which would mean like my music would just cut in. Like I'd be talking like I am now, and suddenly the music would just be 10 times louder than my voice for a second or two. Then it would go back to normal and go back to normal, and then yeah, so that was fun. So basically, I had 2 videos made, both of the, 2 quote unquote times I spent making videos, both of which were unusable. Then I tried a third time, and this happened again, and then I just decided to go, scorch to the earth. Spent ages trying to fix it. Bear in mind, this has taken like a couple of days between each attempt. And then, I think I fixed it now. Obviously, if I haven't fixed it, then you guys won't be seeing this, so it's a bit of confirmation bias. But, well, not really confirmation bias, but you know what I mean. And so fun times all around. I'm copying his Olivia with my altered ego just for the fun. So that's where I am, and hopefully I think I fixed it now. Where were you last turn? And then hopefully I fixed it basically, and that's where I've been. Real life hit me, and then computer problems hit me, and hopefully we're back now. Another cool thing about Sky Spawner is that it gives you extra fuel for Altered Ego. So next turn I can Altered Ego, copy his Olivia, and it'll be a 4/4 flyer, which is just matches up better. Let's see. I'm maybe interested to see if he discards here, because you can Fiery Temper, kill the. Okay, he doesn't even Fiery Temper. Honestly, I'm happy Call the Bloodline's gone, just because Lifelink is a bit of an issue for this deck. It'll help him race us. But let's see, there's the second one here. So hopefully we fix it. If not, I am just going to mute the sounds, and then you'll have to deal with the laptop fan. He did actually discard. It's a 2/4 haste. That's pretty scary. You can make it a 4/1, and we are not blocking yet because we're going to try and race here. Hopefully, say. And of course, then the guy leaves. He keeps a god hand. I guess he could have played this turn 2 and it would have been worse. Okay, so first things first, attack with the team, getting 3 damage. And then we can get this thing for 5/5 and we can block his team, hopefully. And then we can start hastening creatures, is basically where I'm at. So, because for those of you who don't know, it's actually not non-token. For Olivia, I didn't realize this for a while. It's any time a creature enters the battlefield, which means if I draw like a Whirl Rogue off the top, I can go nuts. I'm not sure how insanely nuts I want to go, but a hasted Tireless Tracker next turn is not going to be terrible. And he discards a Incorrigible Youths, which is arguably the worst thing we could have seen. Actually, no, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that is the worst thing we could have seen. 9/12 damage. We have to basically... Do we chump? How much can we hit him back for? We're not jumping. Screw it. We'll probably just leave back the Sky Spawner to jump. And what's he got on the top? Arms of the Veins, why wouldn't he? Yeah, this is just over now. I don't think there's much we can do. Oh, on the bright side, for some reason the AI fucked up there. Decided to throw away a creature for no reason. Okay. So we have to block 2 creatures, means we have to leave a sky spawner back. So I played the land first, which was a mistake. But we're just gonna go nuts here, I think, and need to keep a sky spawner. We'll discard the second tracker. We'll play you, and we'll discard the second land, and then we're just gonna try and race here. Bang, 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 bang. Just hope he doesn't top deck a removal spell off the top, is where we're at. And I mean, I'll be pretty pissed off if he does, because he had a turn 3 Olivia. Which, honestly, the vampire deck isn't really competitive, in my opinion, without a turn 3 Olivia. But, come on, let's see what he hits. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Oh, I hate this game. I really do. I don't think I played that particularly wrong. Maybe, I mean... Fuck it. I'm not even... He top decked me, that's all that matters. And, yeah, so... What a game to come back to. But you saw the power of Altered Ego there. Altered Ego basically dragged me swinging back into that game. I mean... I'm trying to think of any line I could have taken that might have been different. I'm not if I jump with the Olivia there, I'll just lose a turn or 2 later. Nothing else would... You mean he top decked me? There's not really much else to say. And I think we actually... Do we win that game next turn? And... I don't think we win next turn if he plays it right. I don't know. It's a long thought. But I hope you guys enjoyed that, because that's sure as fuck didn't. But yeah, Temer's good. It's actually a good deck. I really enjoy this deck, but we had a slow start. We didn't get a 2-drop, and our 3-drop was a sky spawner. You know, bounding crisis or stuff in that game would have been fantastic. We would have been able to, you know, tap down a creature while attacking. That was a game we needed tempo, and we didn't really draw any of our particularly good tempo cards. I wonder if we just Altered Ego'd for just like for the 4 costs instead of losing a Scion, if that would have changed anything. I mean, I guess we could have traded Olivia's and then, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It's weird. Let's put that one behind us and just try and move into the next game. A 1-lander. 2-lander with no green mana. This is slow, but, I mean, it's not actually that slow, but we have 2-drop into 3-drop. Not really too much we could... I mean, we're going to probably land flood because we got a Sylvan Ranger. But, you know, we can be optimistic, I guess. And our opponent kept on 7 as well, but he did mulligan his first hand. Sulphur Falls. We have to lead with Umber and Falls as it's our only green source. I like this because you can flash in like a Crisis end step and then Void Graph to protect it the next turn. Or something like that. So what have we got? We need a second green, and then apart from that we're actually pretty golden on mana. Third red, I guess, but second green I think is more important than third red. Because third red is only relevant if you need to Flameshadow a Akoum Firebird. Turn 2 Thing in the Ice. We don't run removal in this deck, so that could be a problem. I guess we just have to like try and smash through it, I guess. So I mean, there's a third red anyway, so we're pretty good in that department. And like, so I mean, what did we rip there? We ripped another land, which wasn't good. We now this is kind of the stage where you almost only want to see 1 more 2 lands for the rest of the match. But luckily our opponent doesn't have a play turn 3, which probably means he's got a counter spell, which means I am going to not flash this in to deal 1 extra point of damage. I'm going to try and make sure one of them resolves, and he does block. It's the right play. And then, yeah, so I mean, one of these is going to resolve. It depends which one we want to resolve. Probably the Bounding Crisis, which means we lead with the Void Grafter. Interesting, they both resolve. I mean, it resolves. I mean, if this is a control matchup, I can just start activating Limbering Falls. It's not the worst play in the world. Do I copy his thing in the ice? How many instants of sorceries do we have in this deck? 0. So that's probably not a good idea. And I'm gonna keep going end step here just in case he. Actually, do I? Or do I just flash it in now? I'm just gonna flash it in now. His Radiant Flames won't kill the Void Grafter anyway, so it's not exactly like he's gonna blow one. And he didn't counter it last turn, which makes me think he doesn't have a counter. He didn't even play a spell last turn, which makes me think his hand is slow. Worst come to worst, we can Altered Ego next turn, copy it, copy the Bounding Crisis and start tapping stuff down again. So I'm feeling okay. Because he didn't play a spell last turn, let's see if he has one this turn. He does. Comparative Analysis. So he's got 3 counters to break. I mean, we're definitely not on a fast clock here, and what would we like? A Coon Firebird would be good. Not really sure I like Willow against a red deck. Woodland Bellower, Greenwood. Well, Greenwood's actually not that good right now. Looks like our opponent really doesn't have too much going on. There's another land. So what if we rip that isn't land this game? I guess I can't complain too much because I did keep a 4-land hand with the Sylvan Ranger. Apparently the game didn't like that and decided to... Okay, there we go. I mean, we could start cracking in with the Wandering Fumarole next one if by any chance he doesn't flip his thing. Tap. So we're hitting for 6 this turn. Okay, he only needs 2 more spells and he's played 2 card draw spells, so it's not exactly... I mean, it's very likely we're going to get flipped next turn, but then I guess we can kind of tempo the creature out with a Bounding Crisis. He's just going to flip it now. What would he have? Lightning Axe? Grip of the Raw is not going to do it, but it is going to basically mean he's going to flip it and attack us next turn. But I mean, it won't let me attack it. Okay, there we go. At the end of the day, if he bounces everything on my side of the field, like I'm an Altered Ego back in hand, and I'll just copy his thing in the ice and it'll be bigger. So, unless he has a counter spell up at the same time to protect it. But I'm almost thinking he's not. I'm almost thinking he's more of a he's a really slow prowess deck rather than is it control. Because we haven't seen a Tutelage and we haven't seen like a Storm Chase. Well, that would be. I mean, we haven't seen. His hand's really slow. I don't know. We just flip it. He's going to hit us for 7 here, but we're going to have a 3, 4, 5, 6. A bigger creature, basically. I'm just worried about bounce spell. Grip of the Raw is the only thing so far that can really hurt a Altered Ego creature, but we shall see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have 6 mana. We can. There's no point doing it for 5 because we still can't play a spell. If we'd had 1 more mana, I might have only made it 1 bigger and then Sylvan Ranger does something on the same turn, but that doesn't look like an option, so we're just going to sink all our mana into this, and if he has the counter spell, he has the counter spell. Not really too much we can do about it. He must have something for it, otherwise... No, we can actually do it. Well, we want it to be bigger, otherwise it's going to bounce off each other. Does he hit us with anything? Well, 9-10's looking pretty good here. He's got something. Card draw or a bounce spell? Talent time. So is that his 3rd talent time? It is. And we'll have 7 mana next turn, which means we can go Woodland Wanderer plus Bounding Crisis. So I mean, even if he does have an answer this turn, it's still not the end of the world. And 9/10 for 6 mana. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Eldrazi up, we're dead. Holy shit! I'm getting destroyed this game. Oh my. That's 2 of the worst losses I've had in... Jesus. Jesus H. Christ. The game does not want me to record. It doesn't want me to play the game at the minute. And that's a crack for 19. There's not. I mean, I can't play around that. Was anyone else? Okay, go flashback 10 seconds and tell me you were expecting Eldrazi Obligator there. I should try and get the violin music legend played on his video when he got blown up by 1. And on that bombshell, we're now 0-2 with Temur Flameshadow, but I can't really say the deck's up. We were in a pretty good position. Boss. Like, even if you'd had a bounce spell there, I mean, we could have... Like I said, on next turn was a 5/5 Woodland Wanderer, plus a... Bounding Crisis to tap it down. That's not a bad turn. Instead, we got smacked for 19 by an Active Treason and on a stick with a 3/1. Not a good day. Not a good day. But let's see what the third match can give us. As I try not burst into tears, because to be honest, this is getting emotional. First game we got top decked by a Fiery Temper. I mean, it's a common. I can't get too... You know what, I'm going to get sarcastic, because he had an Olivia. And he had a... Incorrigible... Was that turn 4 Incorrigible Youths? I can't remember. And then... It's just too much. Homeless Jace, please for the love of God be playing 5-color 1-drops. I just need a win for the confidence right now. Haven't even seen Flameshadow today, so there is no respite from this torture. If you guys do get to watch this and the recording isn't corrupted, at least you'll know I don't cherry pick videos as I get. I'm trying to big up this team. This team of deck is good. Just put it that way. It's a good deck. We've just been unlucky, and our opponent is taking what looks like we're on a bad internet connection, which is always fun. Fukuda is our opponent of the day, and we are going to lead with a mulligan. Yes, a mulligan. And no, we're on the play, so screw it. We're gonna keep emote to 6. I don't even care anymore. I'm tilted. we get a 5/5 turn 4, and then we can go Woodland Wanderer, Altered Ego, and then just get this party started. Hopefully he's playing a slow deck, so maybe 5-color 1-drops would not be the opponent I want to play. Luckily we're not seeing a turn 1 play. I would love to rip a Sylvan Advocate, one of our many 2-drops. You know what? I'll take that. In the end of the day, I will take that. A 3-drop makes this keep acceptable, I think. On the play anyway. I would have kept this snap keep. Okay, looks like we're playing white, black, Mardu so far. It took me a while to figure that one out. He's got to play. What's it going to be? I don't know. I can't even think of any good Mardu decks. I just kind of assume Planeswalkers. But there is no 2-mana Planeswalker in this game. Game is sinking. Oh no, we're going to drown. I'm sorry. I'm emotional right now, and hopefully it decides to not unsync, you know what I mean. Nope, gone. So thank you guys for watching. Okay, we'll play this one out. Sorry for that. I'm not going to play the tap land yet. We've got 3-4 drops in hand, so I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunities to lead with the tap land. But I mean, next turn is going to be dedicated to the turn 4 Woodland Wanderer, most likely. And then the turn after that, Flameshadow, and then we will take it from there. Altered Ego, I generally like to save for as late as possible, because you can obviously sink mana into it, worst case scenario. And I've came to the conclusion that if I have a Woodland Wanderer plus Flameshadow in my hand, I like to just get the 5/5 out in the field before taking a turn off the Conjuring, because the effect isn't that impressive. So We will see if we get punished with the reprisal / anguish and making / declaration stone. Hey! Well, I guess you could anguish and making the Flameshadow, so we made the correct play. And that means he's pretty much only been running one more enchantment removal, I guess. I doubt no one runs Solemn Offerings anymore. I guess you could have Angelic Purge, but stuck on mana, that would probably be advantage at me. So, yep, this is going to be actually a really good turn next, because we get to Altered Ego, copy Eldrazi Sky Spawner plus Flameshadow it, and then we'll just have a huge wide board. Unless we rip anything more exciting. We have triple red, so fairly straightforward play here. And then we can copy that next turn, Flameshadow that, and we'll have like 6 Akun Firebirds throughout the mismatch. Second Anguish and making. The AI thought the Flameshadow wasn't going to be the threat. It was wrong. It's going to be wrong next turn. I mean, he's going to fall for the might of the Flameshadow. And this is the power here, because Flameshadow, he's on 2 life, and I've got a thing that says essentially gave a creature haste. So there is no respite here for the for Mardu Mana Screw. And yeah, so what would be the most humiliating way to kill him? And the answer, my friend, is no. I'm just going to do it for 0. Yeah, we needed to do it for 0, so that was a good call. Copy the Scion, and then we'll give it haste. Bang. And that's how you win a game of Magic, ladies and gentlemen. With a token Scion, a token Scion, actually, now we think about it. And yeah, so it looks like my internet's dropped, so we're just going to call it here because if I alt tab, it stops my recording automatically. So either way, the recording's going to end here, and I want my gold. So yeah, eventful day, I think we can all agree. A loss to a top decked Fiery Temper, a loss to a an Eldrazi Obligator, and then a win with a Scion token. So basically, build this deck. It's super fun. Ignore today's results. This video is meaningless. And on that bombshell, thank you guys for watching. I will see you later.